Sup everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're making kind of a special video. I usually don't do these videos, and even if I do, they're very far and few in between, but I think right now is a great time that we kind of visit this topic, right? When was the last time somebody actually evaluated Genshin as a game, talking about its past, present, as well as future? So let's start here. If you're looking to get into Genshin Impact, or if you're already playing Genshin Impact, we have to first define what kind of game Genshin Impact is. In the year 2023, what is Genshin Impact? What does people want out of this game, or what should you be looking for out of this game? What it can actually offer, because believe me, what a lot of people want from this game and what it actually offers them don't quite equate. So before you jump into the fiery pit that is Genshin Impact, let me define what this game really is. From my perspective, Genshin at its core is a single player gacha game. And if we want to dive a little deeper to its subcategories, you can say RPG game, fantasy, and with how HoYoverse schedules their events, you can at times even say it's a dungeon crawler if the event fits for that patch. But why am I defining it like this? Is because when you come into Genshin Impact, even in the year 2023, you have to understand that this game is a single player game. It's through and through. For 99% of the gameplay, you're by yourself, and actually I could even go as far to say 100% if you wanted to stay that way. There has not been a co-op event for a very long time, and even if there are co-op events, you're not necessarily forced to do it, so the option is always yours. You don't actually receive any additional benefits for playing with other people, nor are there systems in the game that encourages group content such as guild features, raid features, and there likely never will be. I'm not saying this to turn people away, but if you just want a game that you can sink your teeth into over a long period of time, Genshin is actually a great option for you, especially if you don't want any of that PvP, you don't want whales stomping all over you, you don't want people forcing metas down your throat. Genshin is actually a pretty good game for that, as long as you stay off Reddit, stay off Twitter, stay off a large majority of YouTube, the game will be fine, right? So for Genshin right now, why is it a good time to start? It's because as Genshin has developed, HoYoverse has also evolved the gameplay, and we've gotten to the point where if you are wanting to invest into older characters, it's going to take you a significant amount of time to catch up to the current status quo. Let's say if your goal is to beat the game, so clearing Spiral Abyss, there are teams that are just far easier to achieve that goal than other teams. Now, most of those teams that are easy to deal with are Dendro teams, which at the core of them is their Archon Nahida. Now, this brings me to the main topic of today's video, is why I think right now, if you're sitting on the sideline, it's a great time to jump in. Nahida is making her first rerun, so meaning this is her second appearance. It's coming in 3.6, which is just a couple days away. I believe it's like around a week or something like that. So 3.6 is going to be right around the corner, along with Kaveh, along with Baiju in the second half, but that's kind of up to you if you want to secure those characters as well. When it comes to modern Genshin Impact, Dendro has quite the grip on the meta space. Now, I understand not everybody watching this video wants to be a part of the meta. A lot of you guys are just wondering, you know, is it a good time to jump into Genshin? And right now, yes, it is a very good time, regardless whether or not you're going to reroll your account. Let's say you don't get Nahida, there are plenty of other options in the patch 3.6 that you can go after and secure. Nilou is another really great beginner-friendly free-to-play character. If you get Baiju, that's also cool and dandy, although he's not as potent as Nahida. He does offer a lot of utility that would be very useful to somebody who's just starting out the game. Moreover, I want you to get into the game right now before the big craze of Fontaine. As a new region drops, HoYoverse tends to smash a lot of money on their promotions, which a lot of people crowds into the game, and then suddenly they realize they don't have nearly enough resource to secure the characters they want, or they have to get immensely lucky. And of course, the shortcut is to whaling, but in a single player game, sometimes it could be a heated decision. Right now in 3.6, we likely have minimum 3.6, 3.7, and even 3.8 before 4.0 hits. Who knows, there might be 3.9, and if there is a 3.9, you would have collected enough Primo Gems to actually guarantee a character, right? 4 patches, that's a long time in Genshin terms. Now, if you compound that with being a welcome player, meaning you get the monthly pass, you're going to get even more goodies out of that. So it's always in your best interest to start the game multiple patches before when the actual excitement happens. Now, I said this last year as well. During this time, a lot of people wouldn't actually even feel the slow pacing of the game. In fact, you'll come into this game and you'll think this is the norm, and once the really big patches hit, it'll blow your socks off. And that's what I'm talking about. A strong start is going to lay great foundations for your account, for your interest, and the longevity of Genshin Impact. So while we're on this point, let's touch on what Genshin expects of you. A lot of people would say, well, once you get towards the end of Genshin Impact, there's really nothing to do and you can actually cruise through the game fairly easily. However, if you look at Genshin from a macro perspective, take a step back and just understand the journey of Genshin, it actually demands quite a lot of your time. Throughout the years that I've played this, that's right, years since 2020 up until now, I've devoted, I would say, almost 1,000 hours, hundreds of hours playing this game. And you wouldn't think it because every day you just give a little here, give a little there. But Genshin is a marathon. It always will be. It's designed this way. I've interviewed CN players in the past. I've also had friends who currently live in CN tell me what kind of life the CN players live, and the game truly is designed for the CN player base, meaning that it's designed to siphon your time and money over a long period of time. Years and years, 5 to 10 years is designed to have you kind of run this marathon. Now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, because think about it like this. If you are, let's say, a parent, a grad student, or you're a working adult with a girlfriend, with family, or whatever, you work 2 jobs, I don't know. But Genshin is a game that can allow you to get away with 15, 20, 30 minutes max, right? If you're doing all the events every day, 30 minutes, commissions, events, you're pretty much done. That's the kind of game this is. It doesn't ask for a lot of your time up front, but it takes it day by day, week by week, month by month. But be proud, because at the end of, let's say, a year, if you've been diligent, you've been putting in the work, you can have an account that is incredibly well built, versatile, can offer you a lot of different play styles, at the same time still provide challenges that feels engaging to take upon. I know players who spent a fraction of what I've spent and can clear the game faster and more efficiently than I have because they are much smarter with their resources. Me being a content creator, I have a lot of characters at C0 with an R1 weapon. They're built to level 70, 80 sometimes, and their talents are sometimes level 8, sometimes level 6. It's all over the place. But you as a player, over just a short span, let's say even 6 months, you can create an account that's immensely powerful and hyper-focused. Although the meta does change in this game here and there, it never really completely shuts out any way to play the game. And that's the benefits of this game being a single-player game. You are not competing with other players. You are competing with HoYoverse, and HoYoverse's end goal is to make money. And if they completely gut characters, they can't make any money. So it doesn't really matter what you dive into, what you end up developing on your account. It's all going to end up servicing you quite well and comfortably. Now, am I telling you guys to just go hard on one comp and never look back? No, not quite. My philosophy on the channel is you should always develop 2 to 3 different core compositions. Now, I know 2 to 3 sounds very daunting as somebody who may just be starting out the game, but trust me, in time, you're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6 different teams, and you're not going to even know what to do with them. You're going to be switching them in and out as the abyss changes and shifts, but that's all part of the game. And this brings me back to its core. Genshin Impact is a single player gacha game with RPG elements mixed into there somewhere. And the best thing you can do to service your account when it comes to gacha games is to give it time. Let it marinate. If you don't have an unlimited spending credit when it comes to pulling and summoning for characters and spending on luxuries and games like this, give it time. And if you do have a lot of money, 3.6 is likely going to be one of the better patches for you to get started on, and then wait until Fontaine, and you'll likely find yourself at the center of some of the most powerful characters the game has to offer. And that is a very baseline introduction to Genshin Impact in 2023. If you guys want to know more in detail, in depth, you can comment down below. I need to know how many of you guys are actually new, how many of you guys are actually old players. I make content for both, and I generally just like to talk about Genshin Impact. Does that sound kind of pathetic? Maybe, maybe not. But until next time, urge you to stay safe. Peace, bye bye.